Hello everyone, welcome to this video and also my channel where it's touchdown in Iceland, where we take a couple of days to sightsee, and then more importantly, which is the main reason when we come here, is to watch Matt play in the WDF darts event in Iceland. We stayed at the 100 Iceland Hotel, which was literally just over the road from the Bullseye venue itself. And it wasn't really until I started to watch Matt practice for his first event on the Saturday, then I decided to have a quick once over the poster, then have a scan round to see what the ladies were also doing whilst practicing, that I decided that maybe this could be something I could give a go. I leapt in with both feet. I managed to get hold of Matt, who was one of the organisers of the event, to sort my entry fee out, and it was done and dusted. I was entered into the women's tournament. But not on the Saturday, and for all good reason. I only entered on the Sunday. Due to the Sunday having a round robin event, it meant that you were able to play more games, be able to play a maximum of 5 games on that day, which was better than the straight knockout that was held on the Saturday, which I knew that I wouldn't possibly win a game, and it was all about for me getting that match practice. The morning of the tournament, I've made a last minute entry to the Women's Open, so I'm purely going to do this for fun. As you can see, I have not prepared one bit, hence why I haven't even got my own dart shirt on. I've got a very, very nice Icelandic Darts Open t-shirt, you'll see here, which, to be fair, they actually gave to Matt, but for this, I've actually commandeered so I can have a, look a little bit like I'm a dart player, so I can go and enter in the tournament. Right now I feel fine, I'm absolutely fine, but I think because I haven't had time to think about it or prepare for it, I think I'm absolutely fine. It might be different when I get down to the venue, start practicing, and then it becomes a little bit real, a realisation actually sets in that I'm about to play down. And then it was time to get warmed up and practice for this event. Bearing in mind I haven't played a tournament or competitive tournament ever in my life. The only time I've ever played a person in person was a chap at our local pub. And then the nerves started to come, and they came in abundance. And it was really hard to be able to hold the dart with my hands shaking. A few darts going into the 5s and 1s to be expected, trying to throw it and concentrate on the task at hand. And not only that, the one thing that I overlooked actually entering this tournament is the fact that you had to mark as well. And for me, being an amateur player, I'm not very good at the math, so this was a massive leap for me to be able to play and mark. And I will tell you now, honestly and truthfully, I was more nervous marking than what I was playing the game. And I will tell you that I was very, very nervous playing the game. And this is because that you've got other ladies that are relying on you to be able to score it properly. And obviously I didn't want to disrupt the flow of the game, so I didn't want to take too long marking. But the ladies that were on my boards, they were very, very good to me. They taught me the marking, quicker ways to be able to do that. And I was very, very grateful for them. Every one of them ladies that were on that board in that tournament in the morning were absolutely fantastic. It also reassures me about the darts community that no matter what level you are at, there are people there that are willing to help you and understand about being your first time or being nervous as well. First game that I ended up marking, I was shaking that much that I really had to slow down whilst entering the numbers on Darts Connect. I didn't want to get anything wrong in terms of the marking side of things, and I came off, and I remember speaking to Sherry Malone, which is the lady that you see in that clip from the USA, and I shown my hands shaking and they just would not stop. And although I felt relief after that first game of marking, I knew that I had a few more games then to potentially mark. The marking got slightly easier. It was only down to the ladies being able to show me quicker ways of entering things on Darts Connect. I also want to say a massive, massive thank you to Sherry Malone, who was an absolute diamond in that group, and I wouldn't have had any other group. She was so supportive of my first tournament and was chatting to me all throughout the day. So thank you very much. And when you're concentrating on all that, you actually forget the possibility of being on a streaming board. So I was glad to know that I wasn't on a streaming board, because that would have made me a lot worse. I did end up winning the ball, being closest to the ball, which was good for me as well to start with. And then the game went underway just like any other game. Took the first leg on this game, and you have 45 darts to complete your leg. If not, it's then bull up and closest to the ball, and that's where I was able to take that leg, being closer to the ball. I remember turning around to Matt at that point as well with a massive smile on my face because I took out the leg, but on the bull as well, so that really did make me smile. I was proud of myself. As the games went on, I was able to utilise the 19s a little bit more and break away from the 20s. I wasn't reaching the 20s quite as much as I wanted to, and mainly due to the fact that I was aching. I was a bit stiff in the body. I'd practiced the day before, which ideally I shouldn't have, but because I hadn't thrown in a while, I just wanted to see where I was at. And I woke up on the Sunday feeling a bit stiff, a bit achy, and that affected it slightly with not getting the reach that I wanted to be able to get. So I'll note that for the future that I probably won't practice the day before. I did get asked a question which I did find quite funny, and that question was whether I was a sober dart player or not. And I did have to laugh, and my response was, I don't even know what sort of dart player I am. I've not had the match practice, I've not had any matches really where I've been able to drink alcohol or no alcohol. So for me, being sober whilst playing darts was better for me because I want to be able to deal with the nerves without having to think that I need to use alcohol. In this area where you are at the moment, there was no alcohol allowed beyond this point. There was a holding area where you could practice and have drinks, but whilst you were in this room here, no alcohol was allowed to be consumed. Although I ended up winning the leg in this game, the results didn't go my way, ended up losing 3-1. I did feel off the back of this game though, it could have been a game where I could have got another leg. I was scoring better, and I could have felt that maybe it could have been a game out of all the games that I could have potentially won, but I was happy to take a leg within this game and just have some match practice. The averages did improve throughout the day. My last game ending on a 44, so you can see an increase throughout the games that I did play, and that's due down to the switching that I mentioned earlier. So Matt won the Darts Masters yesterday in Iceland. Obviously he got a medal, he got 2 trophies. I've decided that it would be good if I took the medal that he won, award it to myself for taking part in the women's event. I do hope that this video helps any dart player out there that is a beginner, that has just started playing, to someone who's going to take their first match or tournament, or even just deals with nerves side of things. Just go out there and enjoy it. That would be my advice to you, and I'm sure everything will come at a later date. I do want to thank Hilary, who was quite nice and welcoming to us in the Iceland tournament, and also for the set of flights she gave me as well. And Goodney, who showed us around some of the sights of Iceland. What a beautiful country it is. And if you are into travel and experiences, then check out my other videos, because I do mainly base this channel on travel and experiences, so it'd be worth checking out those videos in my video library. And I'll see you in the next video.